Which one's the good song? So, born and raised in Sydney. Grew up in Randwick and more so Botany as I got older with mum and my older sister. So I'm one of two and I'm the younger. Dad lives in Melbourne, which is great. I love going down there to see him. My mum is originally from Grafton, up in the Northern Rivers. Grandparents are up there. She's back up there now, so I love going up to the country and visiting her. And my dad is Irish. Katrina's my sister. She actually teaches at my old high school. And we're really close. Sometimes siblings can be hard to tolerate at times, but she says that about me as well. The principal I had in primary school, I just remember being really mean. I lost my badge as a house captain for a little while in year 6, but I don't think I was an angel in primary school. But we can all change as we get older and grow. So my initial reactions are, hey, it's just a beautiful little town. I think you can judge a town on its main street, and I really like the main street things behind me. It's a really nice town coming over the river. I love a nice body of water, and it's got the nice river walk. And then in meeting all the people, everyone's been incredibly friendly. My fiance's name is Kate. We met in Byron Bay when we were 18. She's really nice. Oh, I could tell lots of stories about Kate, but no, we get on really well, despite being a bit of a clean freak, and I get in trouble about that a bit. I actually didn't start playing AFL until I was 16. I grew up in a rugby league family, and I had a couple of mates who played AFL, and I was same height, near 6'2", 6'3", and I was built like a toothpick. So in rugby league, I was just getting cut in half the whole time. My mates finally dragged me down to AFL, and within the first season, I loved it. I worked as a development officer for the AFL, so I used to go into primary schools and teach AFL to kids, which I loved, and that's why I got into primary school teaching through footy. Looking forward to moving to a new club in Hay. I'm a bit of a one-trick pony. I've played probably 90% of my football in the ruck. I've had 2 shoulder reconstructions through, I think, 9 dislocations. I've broken a wrist and a few little soft tissues, but they're not important, but yes. I really like basketball. I was in our school A grade team from year 10, and we had a pretty talented team. Me and some mates in Broken Hill were runners up last year. We lost in the granny, which was disappointing. Grew up rugby league, and I'm a Bears fan, so when they get back in the competition, I'll get right back into rugby league, but I prefer to watch Union the league at the moment. Teaching has probably made me the person that I am. It's formed a lot of my relationships, so it's just something I love doing every day, learning new things, and being able to bring in sport, technology, interests, allowed me to form in the person who I am. I saw the job popped up in St Mary's Hay, and it just was the right place, the right time for us. And the shoe just fit, and it was definitely just the aura of the school and the faith and the parish was something that got me there as well, I think. I hope to bring just a really nice positive school culture where everyone can get involved. Making sure our parents are more than welcome, our kids are more than welcome, and that also we're an active part of the Hay community. A school is only as strong as its community involvement. I think my educational vision is just that 21st century learning, so embedding your technology into all things learning, making sure we're up to date with the teaching practices, the pedagogy that we need, but knowing that, technology, whilst it can be dangerous at times, I guess, it's also one of the best assets we have in society at the moment. So teaching our kids to use it properly throughout their learning, which means when they grow up and get a job, they'll be able to use technology effectively into their job. Being through Catholic primary school, Catholic high school, and in my early 20s, I probably wasn't as connected to my faith as I could have been. I was social and things like that, but it was always that sleeping giant that I knew I'd come back to. And upon getting a job in a Catholic school, I was able to reconnect with my faith. And probably talking to me when you meet me in the street or at the pub, you're not going to know that I'm an overly religious person, but I think underpinning everything in that you want to do as a person and be as a person is reflected with your relationship with God and guided by Jesus and things like that. As long as you know in your heart you've done the right thing, if you're giving to charity or you're doing the right thing by someone, you don't need your tyres pumped up after it. You just know in your heart that you've done the right thing. And that's something I like to live my life by. My favourite movie is probably The Usual Suspects. Upon finishing uni, I did a term's work as a teacher, and then I went travelling for about 9-10 months. I just went through Europe backpacking. Didn't work a day, so I was poor as you could be, but just traveling, seeing the world, trying the food from different countries, trying the beer from different countries, and then living in Ireland for a month with family was something I'll never forget. Favourite food, and the kids always ask this question, so I've always got an answer to favourite food, is ribs. A nice big rack of pork ribs, they can never be too big. Ribs with chips on the side, maybe a bit of salad, but the ribs, oh yeah, anytime. I've got a little beagle called Ned, who despite being an absolute sook, is a great dog, very happy, very energetic dog. Favourite book would have to be the Burke and Wills book by Peter Fitzsimons. I love how he tells the history of this incredible but incredibly dumb story of what happened at the time. Historically recounts it but gives facts and makes it a story. Hidden talents. I'm really good at identifying flags of the world. I was banned from playing the triangle in high school. I love listening to music. When I was in Sydney, I used to go to gigs nearly every weekend. I'm just really, really bad at playing music. I sing in the kitchen to annoy Kate, and that's about as far as my singing goes, and I'm terrible at singing. What makes me belly laugh? Probably the front bar. I like it, that's a great show, and I think they're very, very funny men. I haven't had a yo-yo for years, to be honest with you. I don't know. If I'm watching Netflix in bed, I'll use my phone.